It's going. I think. No.
Hello.
Wait, no, wait. Now, yeah, maybe.
Come on, Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, it's going now because I got the dashboard.
I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that notification. I don't trust it till I get
It's
the
going for 15
notification.
seconds.
15 seconds? That's longer
Yeah.
than me, bro. Oh, here we are.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I've got a message.
Notifications popping off. My pocket's vibrating. We're having a good time. Good evening, everyone. How are we doing? Hope we're all well. We're just going to give it a few minutes for people to trickle in. Trickle, trickle. I've had my caffeine today. Oof.
Had my Adderall.
Get sharing this from the old. Oh, have you seen the new Muse trailer? Just looks like they copied Bedlam, dude. Really
Imagine.
does.
Imagine that.
I can imagine. I'm looking at it right now. I actually need to watch this. So while people just we're straight up to 10. Hello.
There we go. See,
Hello.
everyone's here.
Oh,
Yeah, everyone's arrived early. It's weird. We're actually on time.
There's likes.
For once.
I've just realised I'm still showing a Stone Cold Steve. But there we are. Enjoy that ugly mug instead.
There we go.
I was waiting.
All right.
Hello, everyone.
Gonna give a little share out to the stories. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. Hope we're having a wonderful Tuesday.
He's gone back to Steve Austin.
I think I'm just going to do it intermittently now, to be honest. I think that's what people would rather see than my face.
The hype.
It swaps everyone's names around.
Oh,
Everyone's got the wrong names.
So I am Stone Cold Steve Aaron.
He's Aaron.
So
Simon.
when you bring the camera back on, does it go back to normal?
Yeah, because his name goes first because he's starts with an A.
Did it
Back? It will. There we go.
Yeah. All right, nice. Good evening, everyone. Oh,
we don't have.
Good evening, everyone. Hope we're all well. So tonight we've got our guest Grove Warden joining us this evening. I hope everyone's doing all right. Hope you've had a wonderful week so far. Happy Tuesday, etc., etc. So our news, just before we get into it, not too much on the cards, but what we have got is great. So we are heading up to Rock Against Cancer on the 3rd of September. However, on the 1st of September, we'll have the founding members of Rock Against Cancer coming on to have a chat with us. So do keep an eye out for that. We're really excited to have a talk with them. And the show itself is going to be up. The show itself is going to be up in Street. So if you're in that area, come say hi. We'll be sticking around for the evening, checking out all the bands. Already we've got waves coming in. We've got likes coming in. So always feel free to leave comments, leave messages, and we'll respond where we can. If it's
I'll stun you.
Yeah. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Alex and Chris from Grove Warden. How you doing, gentlemen?
Good.
Hello. Yeah, doing good, man.
Hello.
Doing good.
Fantastic. So I guess for the guys who don't know who you are, why don't you give yourselves a small introduction? Probably starting with you, Alex.
So, I'm the latest addition to the band. They were formerly Skinny Dog. Yeah, basically, formed in lockdown. I was very hammered, and I thought, right, last stab at this shouting business. I'll see what people are looking for on jobmyband.com. And yeah, luckily, Chris had posted something which was absolutely down my street, and yeah, we've just been cracking away, doing our own sort of form of metalcore ever since. And yeah, I've been doing pretty good. I think we're doing all right.
Absolutely awesome. Yeah, I've only heard good things about you guys so far. We've not managed to catch you live yet, but we're really looking forward to an opportunity where we should be able to. Would you like to introduce yourself also, Chris?
Yeah, I'm Chris. I'm a guitarist, barely. I don't really know what to say, to be honest. I play guitar in a band. Yeah.
He also cosplays as Gimli from Lord of the Rings every other weekend.
Although I'm waiting for my Gandalf to come in properly. So
I could see you and Callum teaming up on that one.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
Almost there. We're getting so
Yeah,
close.
you get a bit of length on that beard now. That's been coming on a while.
It's been the best time to grow beards at the moment. So yeah.
Yeah. I think Callum before the
Yeah,
lockdown
nice.
didn't have a beard at all, if I remember rightly.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
And
Nice.
then
Yeah, actually,
Well-
yeah. No, I started growing it in the lockdown. The second one.
yeah.
Funny enough, I started a new job through lockdown, and I basically was called Opie from Sons of Anarchy. If you bought them
Oh,
from
yeah.
Wish,
Oh,
I was
true.
like,
I still think that's
I'll
too
take
kind.
it. I'll take it.
He was a lot of people's favourite, so it's not
Take it.
necessarily the worst thing in the world. So, guys, we're going to talk a bit more about Grove Warden this evening. I guess our first question is, how did the name come about? And we've sort of already had a bit of an idea of how the band formed, but is there anything else you want to add to that?
I don't know what was said.
It was for a time a bone of contention, the band name for me, but I have come round to it. And
I mean,
yeah, you go ahead, man. Can you also turn the light on, mate? Because I can barely
No.
see you.
I live in the dark. No, this is my wife's lighting. She insists that we just have one lamp, and it's
I
yeah.
love that.
I-
When you search for White's lighting, you make it sound like she's really into Barry White and like she's got rose petals on the sofa. Like, put a light on. I want to see that little face.
No. I'll put a light on. In a minute. So with the band, I mean, we started. God. We started as like a. I don't even know what we call it. But we were called Echoes of the Lost. And basically, we had. Yeah, I think we were a full band at one point, and I think people just sort of started dropping out of practices, and then I think me and Dave, the drummer, was sort of just like, should we just do our own pop punk covers project for no reason, just while everyone sorts their shit out, basically. And then it sort of grew from there into Skinny Dog, and we got members, funny enough, from the previous band into that when they sorted themselves out, and then formed Grove Warden later down the line, after a member left Skinny Dog who wasn't entirely keen on metal. So pretty,
Oh, well, there you go.
he
Kind of a
he
strange
left,
place
and we
to
were
be.
like, should we just play metal? Yeah, sounds fun.
Oh, well, absolutely. And the name Grove Warden, how did that come about? What does it mean?
Well, Dave has explicitly told me because it's his baby with the name, and yeah, it symbolises. I guess we've got a sort of a nature feel. I think that's echoed in our new logo as well. Just about humans, like their never-ending fuckery when it comes to looking after Mother Nature. And yeah, just how we're ravaging a lot of things, and how one day it's going to come bite us in the ass. So. Grove Warden, it's inspired by a character from World of Warcraft, and that's where my bone of contention came into it, because I don't know if it's my ADHD or what, but I just do not have the attention span to get involved in those sort of games. So I just asked one day, I said, I think it was a few practices in, I was just like, hey, what's Grove Warden all about? And then they said, I was like, sake, I'm in a band of geeks. But one explained to me what it's all about and how it matches with the lyrics and sort of the thematics that they want to go down. Yeah, I was very much on board with it straight away, and yeah, I've grown to love the name now.
I'd say I quite like the name as well. I had no idea about the World of Warcraft ties, but that does actually
Keep it that way. I didn't say a thing, mate.
No, I think it's cool. I think it's good. Shows a bit of personality. So absolutely no problem there. That's really cool. And so with regards to obviously the original music, what kind of influences do you guys take?
We're all a bit different at first, and then
Yeah.
we sort of coalesced with all our like influences and came to what we've got now. So like I'm a massive old school metalhead fan, so I don't know. It's like I think a lot of it is from, let's say, Trivium, Kill Switch, Parkway Drive's a big one. I Killed the Prom Queen. Yeah, there's a lot of that mid 2000s metalcore influence, but then also I'm like quite heavily into my hardcore. And yeah, I think we just picked up a little bit of here, there, and everywhere, because like even some of the choruses that Chris writes, they are so melodic and so soaring that it's kind of emulating what Killswitch were doing, but putting it through a more modern sort of lens.
I used to be
And
in a pop band, so I've sort of thrown a few influences in there, much to the band's dismay, to be honest. Randomly bust out into pop covers for no reason in the middle of practice, just to annoy people. So
it's only Sublime Santeria that annoys us. Everything else you do, I'm on board with. You do Adele extremely well, but fucking there's just so many better stoner bands than Sublime. Like,
I know, but I
off.
play it because it annoys you. That's the thing. If it didn't bite, I wouldn't do it.
It's become a vicious
Yeah, but if I
cycle.
didn't bite, I would have man tits. So that's another problem that I need to address.
So, what kind of inspired you? I'll start with you, Alex. What inspired you to get on the vocals in the first place?
I can't do fuck all else. I've tried.
We're gonna say you can't fucking play an instrument.
Nah, to be honest, I've always gravitated towards lyrics and music and sort of singing along. And then I think it was actually I was listening to Finch years and years ago. That song, "What It Is to Burn." And I was just getting in my feels, and then I sort of tried screaming along, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of fun. I like that." And then, getting more into new metal as well. Like, so when I discovered stuff like Deftones, especially, probably I can't sound like Chino because I'm not just as incredible as that man is in any way I'd like to be. But just his way of like, he's like sort of dark lyricism, but making it quite sort of. I could talk about this band all day, and then when it comes to it, I'm like, oh, where's my fucking words? But yeah, I think it's just, I think because I never shut up either, it was just a natural sense, give him a microphone and see what he can do with it. And I've just sort of, just thrown myself into it and just taken all my influences and just tried to make, I'd never sound the world's best vocalist, but I just tried channeling as much passion I've got in me and just see what comes out. And I've just always found it really cathartic, and I'll say like that's probably the thing I love about Grove Warden the most is they've allowed me that freedom to just express what I want to with no qualms and no concerns, and just there's your microphone, go mate. So it's been invaluable really. I think it's again just I jabber so much. Why not give it a go and put it to good use as best I can?
Absolutely. And how did you find the sort of transition between doing that with a few people that you knew, as opposed to then getting up on stage in front of a group?
We spoke about this in the week, and it's I'm really happy when people say, "Oh my god, man, you're like really energetic and you're really into it." But it's like I think what people don't see is like the 5 minutes before where I'm like shit in my pants. I'm like, I don't want to do this. Just like I should have learned acoustic guitar. I should have done ballads and stuff. I should be sitting down. But
You still do ballads halfway through the set.
That stage patter. That's part of the act, apparently. No, but
now.
But I think I feed off. We've been really fortunate the fact we've had very receptive crowds, and just really, really, I can't say it enough. Like people just really backing us and supporting us since day one, and I thrive off that, and I'm really grateful for it. And I sort of feel like, well, look, you could be literally doing anything else tonight, but you've taken like time out to come see us on our nonsense. So I might better give you something to watch and enjoy. So I think after the nerves are gone, it's just sort of let's go, let's just see what happens. And so far so good. Haven't injured myself just yet, and not had too many complaints. So I think it was more daunting at first when I'd never actually met the other guys in the band. It was just communicating through join my band initially, then a bit of Facebook, and then you get thrown into a room with 4 people that have been a band for a while. But there's nothing but encouragement since day one. So it's been quite a nice transition, to be honest. As much as I forever will be nervous going on stage, just love doing what we're doing.
Yeah,
I don't think
when
you first got there, I don't think there was anything like we'd been a band for years almost what it felt like. So it was pretty cool.
I was incredibly hungover that day, though. It should help.
Yeah, I think there's definitely something to be said there. Before you go on stage, I still get it as well. There's always the nerves, no matter how many times you play. I think there'll always be a bit of an empty sort of pit in the stomach feeling before you go on stage, no matter what. It's just as soon as that connection kicks in, I think all that kind of goes away, and it just becomes about the music and about the performance. And it's awesome to hear that you were such a comfortable fit for the band straight away as well, because that's rare. That's very rare. I mean, with Regional One, we've gone through a bunch of different lineups. We've gone through a bunch of drummers, a few bassists, and a load of guitarists. We actually used to be a 5-piece, and we cut down to a 4-piece just because it seemed like for us there was maybe too many opinions, maybe too many different ideas going on all at once. So we cut down to 4, and then we were like, oh, we can get in one car now for gigs, and yeah, there's a few practical reasons behind it, but finding someone that fits that naturally is incredibly rare. So that's really awesome to hear.
Yeah, I think that's the important thing with bands. It's like a proper compromise, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing I do like about the new sort of how we're set up now is everyone sort of has a say, so it's kind of cool. But it still works. Barely any arguments.
There'll always be a few creative minds just like clashing. There's always going to be some. I think it was Freddie Mercury when he went solo talked about the idea that his solo stuff wasn't as successful because he didn't have the pushback from like Brian May or from Roger, and they were there was no argument there, so they just sort of came out with what he wanted, and it turns out what he wanted needed those other guys to push back against it. So it's so important to actually weirdly have a good argument in a band, I think.
Yeah.
I think what we've been sensible with is we do throw everything at the wall. So like we've got Paul, our bassist, who's he's more influenced by jazz, let's say. And then you've got Ben, who's wicked with his, like, he noodles like a motherfucker, and he won't mind me saying it. But like, and he's got a lot of influence from gent. So it's kind of like all these disparate sort of genres blended together. We've just kind of worked out, right, how do we put that through the Grove Warden blender? How do we make that make sense? And I think we're just really open to try everything. And it's taken a lot of sort of, okay, we've gone too mental there, let's scale it back. But even sometimes it's a case of, now we're taking it too easy. We've got to push. So I'm not sure it's arguments. It's just sort of very quickly.
Yeah,
nah,
it's not.
Mate.
It's not quite.
It's like, nah, mate, nah, and then we just move on to something else.
I think we're all far too relaxed to actually argue with each other. We're just like, whatever. All right, cool.
Oh, that's really awesome. Yeah, that's cool. We still argue. Me and Stevie still argue over quite a few different parts and stuff. So yeah, I think I don't think that'll ever stop. But I think it's quite healthy with what we're doing. I'll catch up on a few comments actually. So we've had a few come in. We've had let's go back to Helen saying Chino stands in reference to I guess our conversation about Chino. Max has come through. So Max is one of the co-founders for the Rock Against Cancer show that we'll be playing weekend after next. And he says Alex for PM with a, I'm not sure what face. I don't know what to call that, but yeah.
That's a slightly aroused face, I think.
I think it's slightly aroused. I think that'd be fair to say.
I think the P there stands for something different than prime. That might be what's happened there. Penis manager.
My brain went to Prime Minister.
Oh, is it because I'm overweight?
Not sure why. It's a great
sorry,
shot.
Simon, sorry. So we can't all rely on being handsome. Sorry, mate.
We've had Lily coming in saying hello. So hello there. Jade has come in and said, "Don't forget Kiss from a Rose." Is that a cover you guys do?
Never heard of him.
Is there a story behind this?
So this is one of the things that Alex brought to the table was intermittently in between brutal metal, we'd be tuning up or Dave would be doing something with his cymbals, and then Kiss from a Rose from Seal would just sort of appear, and then random.
It's a good song.
You say it's random. The problem with this is I don't know again if it's my nerves or my anxiety or like sort of a bit concerned about what I'm going to say with my like mid-song sort of patter. So I've been doing it, I think, in every band I've been in. It's either that or like Ricky Martin living La Vida Loca. It's just
Yeah. My
what is going to keep the crowds entertained and like what's going to get people engaged while like I know it's a part of the like thing you have to do, but like when you're tuning mid song and stuff, it's like, well, I can't just stand here doing nothing. And I don't know, there's just this little inner voice saying, just do Seal, mate. Just do Seal. And
my particular favourite was the spiel with the Titanic at the railway. That was a pretty good one.
Oh yeah.
You explain it, Alex. I had no clue what's happened until it happened. So,
oh fucking hell! But you'd think it would be me singing "My Heart Will Go On," which I
No.
think I started doing, and then I just got really wound up about the whole situation of Rose letting Jack like drown, like which I know has been discussed a lot. So like, you know, it doesn't need talking about anymore. But it's just like, nah, she was a fucking pretty selfish there. Like she already had a good life. Jack's, you know, turning it all around to have this beautiful romance.
There was enough
Comes to
room
the-
on the door.
Well, it comes to the nitty gritty of let's show each other how much we love each other. And then she's like, now fuck it, mate, have a swim. And yeah, it just turned into, I forgot what her name was in the film at the time. So I just started saying, fuck Kate Winslet. And a chant started going. And my concern with that is I've got no beef with Kate Winslet as an actress. I actually think she's fantastic. She's definitely my favourite guest and extras as well. Like, and she's been in a lot of good stuff. But
She is
in
the
the
face
moment,
of Rose, though.
yeah, just in the moment, sometimes just fuck Kate Winslet felt right.
Yeah.
It's quite a thing when you tune your guitar and you look up and just everyone in the entire pub is chatting fuck Kate Winslet. It's quite amusing.
I have to say though, just on that note, talking about the railway as well, and yeah, going back actually to Max and Charlie, like I think that it was them that, especially Max. No, not sorry, Max. You piss off a second. It's Charlie, I mean. But like he loved what the Skinny Dog Boys were doing, and then as soon as he heard they're the new band, he was really keen to get us on. And yeah, our very first gig was at the Railway, and we had an incredible response. And yeah, if there's one thing I'll say about Yeovil crowds is they know how to have fun. And again, with the Cobblestones as well, I've noticed just it is for what we do and how serious we are with our music. Just the fact people get behind us and like sort of get engaged with the chaos, it just seems everywhere we go that's been a bit of a trademark. So yeah, I won't keep on about Kate Winslet, but I'm sort of enjoying just doing it the way we do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you know what, the railway? From what I understand, it's closing, which is a real shame because we had a few shows up there, and every time we play, the crowd's so much fun. They're so up for interacting. We've had we had a bit of a wild one there. We had a guy who was hoisted out by the neck midway through our set, which was interesting because he'd smashed a glass in the toilet or something.
Yeah, then started on the landlord in the toilet.
And started a fight with the landlord. So that was like, why would you do that?
I think people have wanted to hoist me out by the neck, but I've not done anything that could warrant it just yet.
Just yet.
I got a long left to do that there.
Accepted.
But no, I will say it's a damn shame. But I mean, what's really nice is myself, my friend Chris, and Josh. We are putting on a show on Friday with a lot of really incredible talent. We've got Tyrants coming down, and they're doing a tour with Born in Dissonance. So they're coming down to Yeovil. You've got us, you've got Ruiner, you've got Sleep Inertia, who are fantastic, and No Thursday War, who we actually shared the stage with for Metal to the Masses final, and they were phenomenal. Like that show could have been anyone's. I got to say that was such an incredible experience. But yeah, we're still really determined just to keep stuff going on in Yeovil. They've got such a good spirit, and the history of that town is incredible. And like, yeah, we're playing. I think it's a conservative club now. We're going to be playing at, and we're just hopefully the start of something new in Yeovil. I mean, we're not trying to fill the void with it.
There's definitely hunger there in Yeovil. It seems to be the case.
It's always been there, and it's just tapping into it. And it's also like Somerset is absolutely killing it. Like going back to Metal to the Masses and also the shows we've been doing at Cobblestones, just like the bands in the area that we've got to meet and become friendly with, and even a bit further afield, like Max and Charlie put us on a show in King Arthur, and we got to meet Chaos Sequence, Killerton Tiger, Angler from Yeovil there, and like 4 completely separate bands, but just such lovely human beings, and we've all just kept in contact and been sort of helping each other out and supporting each other, and it's a really, really good unit. And I think Yeovil is a brilliant place for people to come down. It's just, yeah, it's exciting.
That's what it's all about at the
going
end of
on.
the day, isn't it? Getting like a good culture going around the music as well. I think people forget that when you go to a show, it's not just about the music. It's actually very much about the culture you create from it. And we had a show this past weekend run by a guy called Dave Shinnery, who we had on last week. Chinners, as is known down here, he runs Rock Regeneration. And we played the Sandfest finals, which was really good fun. Absolutely awesome show. So many talented musicians. And one of the big things that that Dave was saying pretty consistently throughout the show was that you guys are all working together so well. It's nice to see a scene develop from this.
Yeah.
And I think that on scale would be absolutely amazing. We've got the internet to help us. All these crazy scenes that we used to see out of places like Camden Town, or the Welsh scene or the Scottish scene, they all just like came out of nowhere. But really, it wasn't out of nowhere. It was like a good few years of these bands hanging out and helping each other out, and then they all take off together.
They all sort of introduce their own fans to each other, don't they? Really, so
yeah.
3 or 4 bands play on a bill, and then all their fans individually come along and end up loving every band, and then it sort of keeps passing word of mouth through that, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a phrase I've heard a few times that really pisses me off, actually, when people are saying, "Oh, you're stealing fans." No. Fans aren't, they're not a possession, are they? You want to share around the music. It's crazy. Yeah. It's not like someone's going to go, "Oh, well, now I like this band. I'm not going to go see this band."
Yeah.
No, you're just providing.
I mean, the point is
more
in itself. Like our very first show at the Railway was very similar to the last one that we did, where we had Angler, Petition. Sorry, I'm forgetting shit. Brave Ones. They're like Brave Ones. I mean, they stick out because like they're not the most metal, but they just write such brilliant, what they're doing, and they're bringing in their fans, and it's just this really nice. And Barrier, exactly like a perfect example as well. Different flavour to death metal compared to what Angler and Petition are doing, and like Grove Ward and ourselves, again more metalcore, but there's like Tom Peppard opening a show like that, comedy acoustic, but not 1 second where we're like, oh, people have come for them. People have come for them. No one's going to watch us. The whole vibe was just everyone's here to support everyone and have a sick evening. And I think if you see where the bands are going, you see like the groundswell from Barriers after winning Metal to the Masses and just how much support is behind them, rightfully so. And like Petition bringing out this incredible EP. Brave Ones, you can see, they're recording with Joe Marsh, and like Angler coming back from. Unfortunately, their drummer had to be out for a long time.
Yeah.
But they came back, played a show we did recently, absolutely killed it.
Yeah.
But and Tom Peppard, I could talk about him all day, but I don't want to because it'll feed him too much.
Big shout
But
out.
what I'm saying with that, it's the same point you were making. This whole fan stealing bollocks. It's about generating an amazing evening. It's the same thing as with this show on Friday. Tyrant to No Thursday War, very disparate in their sound, but at the same time, it's just 2 sick bands making 6 songs and just bringing people together. And I think that's the vibe it should be. I think multi-genre things are the way to go, and I'm really excited that we're part of putting this stuff together. I think it's the same with you guys up where you are.
Yeah, very much so. We're trying to pull bands in. What was that?
I was nagging for a show with you guys.
We've got to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're looking at booking. I'll speak to you after the show this evening, but we're looking at booking some shows up. So we should get you down.
We're always looking to. What band isn't looking to book shows?
Yeah.
Ever. As you know, with too many shows, there's too many.
It'd be nice to be in that position.
I don't want to neglect shouting him out, but you look at like James Watts and Dralian, who's been so kind to us, putting us on sick stuff, and
Yeah.
we've got two shows with them coming up, and also our good friends in Andromedus. Again, it's a show with different bands. You know, Dralian are more prog metal, Andromedus are just, they're nuts. Nuts, like what they do. It's so tight, it's so good. And our craziness in the middle. It's just, it's nice to be around, and it's not, you don't just go home. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love being blasted with just metal music all night. If I go to an acoustic night, I'm loving it for that reason. But I just, yeah, really enjoying what's coming out at the moment, that all the bands doing their own thing but playing in one area and one venue. It's yeah, it's really, I think it'd be a brilliant show to do. Everyone you've had on the live streams is coming together just to show what they got. I think that's a really good idea.
Absolutely, I think that'd be really cool, and that is, part of the aim of this is to get bands talking to each other. Hopefully, a few of the bands that have seen us or been on with us have got in touch with the others that have been on and seen us. Then, more of a community is formed, and more music gets played. At the end of the day, that's really the aim. I think, yeah.
We need it after this lockdown bullshit.
Yeah,
I really lost my passion for doing any of it. It was literally just, okay, I've had one Lambrini. Yeah, I said Lambrini. I was running short on funds. I got drunk on Lambrini. I watched Parkway Drive live because they released like Fear of the Underdogs during lockdown.
Yes.
And I was like, no, I'm not saying like, we're there, but what I'm saying is I was like, you know what? I just need to be screaming my face off. And I think a lot of bands, whatever genre, are really, benefiting from the fact we've all used social media a bit more and learned to be a bit more savvy with it. And I think it's just really nice to see. It sort of reminds me of the MySpace days a little bit, where everyone was just so intrinsic with music. If we could get some of the bollocks of Facebook, mainly my shit posting, would be a good start. But it's. I think the musical focus and stuff is coming back, and it's. I'm just really. I feel really fortunate that I've joined Growth Warden when I did.
Absolutely. I'm just going to catch up on a few more comments, if that's all right with you guys. So I hope I'm pronouncing correctly. Go Scarbeck, is that?
Oh, go.
Is that right? Yeah. All right. So starting with, the force is strong in my son. Don't know where he gets it from. I second Max Alex for PM. I'm going to carry on actually in that same string for Go. Nicki Minaj comes to mind. Not entirely sure what that was in relation to. And then, well played, son. You were smashing this promotion for so many of your peers that you are friends with. Networking so well. So proud of you lot. So some fantastic comments coming in there.
Cheers, Soppy Bollocks, Dad. I mean, it got to the point he was at one of our shows and he got, I think, a bigger clap for saying something than one of our songs. So
Helen's chimed. Oh, we've lost one.
He's gone.
He's disappeared.
He's too embarrassed. He's gone.
Yeah, he's welling up.
It does seem that a few of the guys in chat do think Go for PM might be the twist of the evening.
So Alex's competition now.
Yeah, there's a competition coming in. Callum, if you can try and get in touch with him, try and get him back in the room. I'll go through a few more comments.
I can't really. Because I'm sharing Discord.
Screen,
yeah, so I can't.
Okay, Aaron, do you want to?
I don't want to leak
some of the comments, buddy.
Leak our private DM, Simon. You know what we get up to in our private DMs.
He's right.
The best thing is they've all been ribbing me all day because the first time we tried a Discord chat, I just couldn't do it. I don't know what was happening. They were saying, "Oh, little signal and all that."
Yeah.
Brilliant. Tables have turned.
Oh, how the turntables.
I was going to leave everyone's names as it is. Just scattered across. Simon's face is blocked by his own name.
Floating around in the room now. They've become the proper word art,
Yeah, so Aaron, if you want to go through a few of the comments, there's a few worth bringing up there.
Yeah, we've had a few Fuckcake Winslets in. There's obviously a movement here, you know.
Yeah. Oh, it's something.
Nicki Minaj. Someone says when they, in relation to the I suppose it was the song choices in between.
You know what?
Set songs.
I don't know where
Might
Nicki
be.
Minaj has come from. That's a mystery to me, at least. To
It's
be honest, though,
a
there's at our gigs, half of what goes on, I actually just don't notice. I mean, at one point, Alex has disappeared completely. And problem is we're all wireless now, so we all just leave the stage. Poor Dave, the drummer, is just sat there on the stage drumming by himself. So it's like, yeah.
So we've had Jade come in and say Regional Fest.
Regional Fest.
Regional Fest. So yeah, we potentially keep an eye on this space.
We had some ideas about putting on something locally to where we are, bringing in a bunch of the bands that we're starting to network with.
That'd be cool.
I think there's something in the works. We don't know how soon it'll be. We've got a few things going as well with other collaborators. That want to put on some shows as well. So
just do it in your house.
Yeah,
in your garden. We'll just hire out a PA. Sorted. You got a desk.
Like the Shikari video. Just
yeah, man. I'd love to do I don't
Could
think
you
it's
imagine
really a thing in the UK, but in the US they always have like rock bands playing house parties and shit. I'd love to do that.
Yeah,
the best.
It looks like so much fun. One that
like the
might be worth bringing
video,
up.
but you know.
Yeah, one that might be worth bringing up. We've had Jade Louise Elliott has come in and asked, "What is each band member's favorite song?" Now, favorite song in the world, I think, would be kind of impossible. So, how about we go for maybe favorite song that you've written?
Oh, I have no idea. We churn out. I mean, in our back catalogue, there's probably hundreds, and we just have to whittle it down and work on the ones we think, oh, that's pretty close. We'll get that one. I think for me, it's probably Monolith in our set list. I think. So yeah.
Keep an ear out for Monolith, guys. You'll know.
Yeah.
Callum, what do you reckon yours is for us?
I think they're all pretty good. Well, I mean, because a lot of the ones
I've heard of 22.
A lot of the ones we've released, I wasn't really part of the writing process. You know, things like Rise and stuff. I don't know. I don't know if I can count that one.
Came in and put your touch in on that though.
Oh, I did record it though, so maybe.
Yeah, it counts. I think it counts.
But no, I don't like that Rise. Never mind.
It's the one where he struggles a bit on the bass.
I think that every band has that song.
It's got the hard bit in the middle.
It's the hard bit in the middle. It's hard. I got to use my little finger.
Each two.
I'm trying to think. I think live-wise, Bedlam. Bedlam's so good to play. I know it's the really the simple one, but sometimes the simple ones are the best ones, aren't they? Because you can do whatever and change it up. But I think for playing live, I think just the whole process, I think Sold has been one of the better ones.
Yeah.
Because it's quite groovy. It's fun to play as well. It's really fun to play. I think that helps.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think maybe I'm trying to think. Honest, I can't even think of our songs anymore.
Well,
to
be honest, all the songs in our set list were a pain in the ass, really, because I'd never played a 7-string before I actually started this band. And then the other guitarist is like, "You should play a 7-string." Just gives me one. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm playing this.
I think for me at the moment, some of our new songs that are coming along now, they're still kind of being formed. But we've got a song specifically, Hero, I think is one of my absolute favorites to play live. It's really intense. We've played it about 5 times now, I think.
That's the meme, isn't it?
Hey,
it's been more than 5 times.
Hey.
That's a beautiful reintroduction.
Fucking Steve Jobs has got a lot to answer for. God rest his soul, but fucking hell, it was battering. I thought my phone was charging in the background. I was like, "Oh, this is all good," and then my phone just completely conked out. So, bless the wife, she launched a fast charger at me and said, "Go, go, go!" So
I can see where it hit you. Just
military operation.
Could you imagine? Oh no, he's still here.
Yeah, sorry.
You
You
fucking
said
do
that. You said that, and I thought I better check my battery.
It's
Leave
always
the
worth
dummy there.
checking. Jade says, "Welcome back." Gogo says, "Alex was Nicki Minaj at Yeovil in 2015 that he alluded to when talking
now I
about
know.
song choices."
Yeah,
Ah.
I remember.
Helen Maria has chimed in and asked, "Is country music just farm emo?"
Yes.
Yeah.
I could be on board with that.
I've tried. I have a broad love of all things music, but there's something about country. It just doesn't. I try it, and then I always go back to Achy Breaky Heart, and I'm not even sure if that's proper country.
Is that?
But I listen to the rest of it, and then I just go Billy Ray Cyrus. That's all I need.
Billy Ray Cyrus. Oh God! Imagine your daughter being Miley Cyrus. Jesus. I mean, she's great. She's just a bit
Jesus,
unhinged.
in what way?
Hannah Montana was pretty good stuff, though. I won't lie. My sister had that on all the time.
Miley Cyrus, on a legitimate level, is she's one of the best pop singers going at the moment. She's so good.
Performer, absolutely brilliant performer.
I love it with all of the Disney stars, though. Like, have you seen Demi Lovato's new stuff?
Yeah, she's gone rock, hasn't she?
But she's done it really well.
Properly.
She's doing good. It's like all of them. It's like they're put into the Disney bubble, get of age, and go. Not can be controlled by that little mouse anymore, and to just go nuts, and then produce really good shit. It's really good to see.
All I can think is harken back to that South Park episode with Mickey Mouse.
So, we've had another comment in from Aaron Boyer saying Chris' favorite song is "Hero." Asking what artist.
So Aaron, I used to be in the pop band with. So yeah, "Hero" is actually the Enrique Iglesias one.
Yes, my man.
The singer in the pop band used to pick out the biggest bloke in the room and just be like, "I'm going to sing at you now," and just go for it. Maintain eye contact, pretty much.
No blinking allowed. Yeah. The Peppard has entered the chat.
Well, let's go home, boys. Fuck it.
No.
He says, "When's the Grove Warden Disney covers album?"
Tom, if I had my way, we'd be on the third album by now.
Fortunately, they've got to do this metal thing, you know.
Bare necessities.
That's the collab we need, Simon. We need the what's it called? Let's get down to business.
Make a man out of you.
Yeah, that's the collab we need.
I legitimately suggested this, actually.
It's not the first time it's been discussed, to be fair.
What if Region 1 X Grove Warden Mulan theme?
Mulan theme.
I'm in.
Is it
Wong Fei? The Jackie Chan version?
Sure, would that go over well? I'm not.
It'd be sick. Have you seen Jackie Chan's cover?
Is it Colors of the Wind? That's the banger.
Ooh, what, from Pocahontas?
Yeah, fuck it, I'm getting them confused, but that's one of the best Disney ones. That's an underrated one.
It's a good song. It's a bit heavy-hearted though. I don't know. I might tear up singing that one.
That's what you want.
I don't know.
He says, suggesting
kind of
fucking bare necessities. What else? What else is there?
You got Moana. Moana has some bangers.
I've still not seen that.
You've not seen Moana?
No.
Well, that's the answer to "you have children" answered.
You don't know. You're welcome.
That film is pretty sick. Though Moana's good.
What else can I say except you're welcome?
I can see you doing that, Alex. Actually,
That career trajectory. Imagine that.
That's the Rock.
Like people's elbowing people for 20 years, and all of a sudden you're fucking the most. Yeah, didn't he make the most money in 1 year?
Yeah, he made a lot of money. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man, he's a real superstar. The big orange marshmallow man. He did well. He did good. So we were just going through a question. What is each band member's favorite song? But instead of any random song, we were going with a song that you've sort of written or that you've performed. So if we do Aaron and then Alex, that's all of us, I think.
Do you mean Chris? Because Aaron talks too much.
Chris answered when you were gone, when you were having technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Oh, fair. What was his favourite song? He's never told me.
Monolith.
Oh, okay.
I want to change my answer, actually. I might say the new single, just for the plug.
Oh, yeah?
A shameless plug.
Just for the plug.
You've been banking on that all day long, I can tell. That was too slick.
He's proud of himself.
Look at that little smile.
What? Sorry.
What is
It's
the new song
like
called?
Legolas has looked at you with pride. That little smile that just...
I can't do it. My chair's really squeaky.
Yeah, sorry, Aaron, if you... Oh, shut up.
It's like our gigs, isn't it?
Well, in terms of our songs, for writing, I have to agree with Callum of Bedlam. It's a good fun one to play on the drums. That one.
But it's not easy for you. It's easy on guitars.
I was going to say it's
I don't know if
It's the complete opposite.
The double
That's what I mean.
pedal
I'm saying it's the other way around. It's easy for guitars, but
Oh.
hard for the drums. Well, harder.
Sure.
And probably a bit harder on the vocals as well, isn't it?
It's a bit of a vocal song, that one. Like
Yeah.
it's the tonal changes. It's going from that sort of like kind of creepy verses into the like really hard pre-chorus, and then back into creepy for the.
Meanwhile, me and
chorus.
Stevie just play a pop punk riff, basically.
Yeah, essentially.
Like-
He's got the riff though. He's got the actual riff as well.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's probably my favourite live one. But yeah, I have to agree. To be fair, Sold when hearing it,
Yeah.
just in general, is probably the one.
There's been some good videos come out from our recent show. Check out Chinna's Rocks on YouTube if you want to see those. There's a few in there that aren't released yet, are worth checking out. So anyone watching, if you want to see some sneaky peeks, that's where to go. And Alex, your favourite song by Grove Warden.
Oh, we're so good. They're all so great. If I go, see, I would say the single, but I've listened to it so much.
Yeah.
It's a banger. I'm really proud of it, but I don't need to hear it now for a few days. We're playing it on Friday, so I can't escape it. But yeah, no, I think recorded and also writing it, I think Bitter Blood probably is my favourite, just in terms of how heavy it is, but also the chorus just allows Chris to really soar on it. And I think it's got a really, just for the hooks, and I really enjoy it. I think live, Abyss for me is the one I think I always go off. It's our mid-set song, and it's like I've calmed down a little bit, but it's the most personal one to me. In regards to, it's just a really, really like sort of zoomed in lens of where my mental health was at the time. And that's the one I just prop on leash on. And then I think after that as well, I'm just like, all right, get out your feels a bit, mate. You've got it out there. It's good. So, and it blends really nicely, funnily enough, into Monolith, which is just a more groovy, down the low, sort of really catchy, hooky banger as well. So, yeah, to be honest, I don't want to say I love all of them. It's just it changes day by day, to be honest. I think it'll be a case of, again, like I think the next single, I won't give it away, but like I'll love that one the most until I've heard 50 iterations of it, and then I go, right, we need to do a new song. So I think that's... But
that's
for me...
the curse of the musician behind the song, I think, a lot of the time. People don't realise how many times you actually have to play that fucker before it comes out.
Well, we took our time with everything as well. I mean, with lockdown as well, I think we only really got properly started. We consider it like when we were playing gigs. So we did have an advantage of we were sending over a lot of demos back and forth. But then we didn't have much time to practice them and really get fluid, because it'd be like, oh, we're getting somewhere. You can't leave your houses anymore. So it was kind of very like that for a while. But everything sort of developed over time now, which is really nice. But yeah, I think I'm just trying to think. I would say, there's songs we play now which we've only played, dozen times, really. But for me, it's like this might be the 200th time I've heard this. And I still love it, but do you know what I mean? Sometimes you're just like, oh, I need to get the juices flowing and write something new, and that's really what we're doing at the moment. We've got our songs chosen that we want to record and release in the future, and then we just keep writing all the time.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that's the thing. I think keep writing at all times as well. It seems to be the best way to keep your mind creative and keep you excited about playing. Yeah, we're very similar in that sense that we've actually sat on a lot of the songs we released recently for quite a long time. They've been in development for bloody ages. But now they're finished, they're in their final form and they've been released. We're sort of working on a lot of new material and going through that whole demo process. It's a roller coaster, constantly writing new riffs, constantly writing new parts. And I think that's part of the excitement of it, though, I think, is not knowing how that song actually is going to be at the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what we submitted compared to like what we got back as well, like Joe is wizardry on it. Like I was amazed. So I think that's the thing as well. I think you can labor over something for so long and get fed up with it and just take someone else's ear on it and it like elevates it. And like Joe absolutely just made basically we're not well, I don't want to speak for the future, but like our immediate plans are now we just want to use him because he's got it. And it's sort of it's my fault because I was bored of the demo. Then I was like, oh my God, that sounds amazing. Listen to it 200 times. And I'm like, well, I want that initial feeling of when I got it back again. So it's like...
Absolutely. We've had a few more questions come in. So just before that, we've got a message in from Gogo again saying, could see you do a good King of the Swingers from Jungle Book. I could see that. That would be a fantastic bit of fun. Aaron, do you want to go through some of the questions we've had in?
Indeed. So one of the ones we've had, it's a two-parter. So, well, I'll take two answers from you guys. But first, it's who is your all-time favorite band? And the second part is, and who are a newer band that has recently impressed you?
For me, all-time favorite probably be Funeral for a Friend ever. Just awesome.
Brilliant, cool.
We've played with so many decent bands.
That's where I'm going to struggle as well.
my wife's over here whispering TRC. She's a big hardcore fan, so
that was like
it was a good show. It was
I think that was one of our very first shows, and
yeah,
I'm a big TRC fan, so yeah, that was sick. But
I mean, I've got like loads of standouts. Like for me, Elysius, Born in Dissonance. I really liked Andromeda. They were amazing.
So much you get their name wrong every fucking time.
Yeah.
Mainly because I used to listen to a lot of drum and bass and I like electronica as well, and that's like a nice crossover. So,
they've got this sort of, I wouldn't say the style, but like that sort of energetic sort of, it harkens back to like when you first hear Prodigy and you first hear Pendulum, that really quite clean sort of commercial drum and bass, but put through this insane metal like sort of image. And I mean, they get away with playing massively genty, absolute banger. Out of nowhere, they rip into Girls Aloud, Sound of the Underground. And it was seamless. It was so good.
That's brilliant. Gogo said JLS, Alex?
So the recurring theme here, and I think I've said it before, it's ironic that I've ended up in a metal band because I listen to as much Venga Boys as Venom. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, but it's not like, oh, I like them ironically. I can legit enjoy Venga Boys as much as other stuff, but I wouldn't say Jealous are my favourite, no. Trying to think.
Go.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to think of my favourite bands. Deftones, as I mentioned before. I adore Every Time I Die, but it's a damn shame they broke up in the way they did. But they were really influential, just in lyric writing and the approach to sort of metalcore and how you can present yourself, and you know, getting to know them as people. As it's like they did loads of like live DVDs and like behind the scenes stuff. So it was kind of gutting because you got to know them really well, and then they were like, "We're not playing together anymore." It's like, fuck. The Cure and Prince was something completely different. I think my all-time favorite is probably Deftones, but The Well is pretty vast, and I'm just still trying to think of like bands that have impressed us. It's the same problem with Chris, like Pulse we played with Chaos Sequence. They like were kind enough to invite us on, and they both blew me away that night. Umberia, just constantly consistent as fuck. I'm sure you've seen their name popping up a lot. Love the way Angler do it. Perdition. There's shitloads like Sydney Fate. Like they were really fucking awesome. Away with the Seas. Wired Design, they were more like rock orientated, but they absolutely smashed it. When again, Wired Design, Us Guys, Death by Kai, 3 different styles, but it just worked really nicely. And it was cool to see Death by Kai as well. We've been doing it so long and so polished. It was like, yeah, that's how you get that done. So yeah, there's a lot. It's and if anyone is watching it, I've forgotten you. I'm bloody sorry, but that just shows the wealth of the talent we've seen. To be honest, like if you scroll through our Facebook, you'll see me posting and hyping up the bands we love all the time. Anyway, so if you want to find out, I'm a bit of a social media hound. I'm not going to lie, there's shitloads. And yeah, really fortunate we get to do it, and some of the stuff we've got coming up. Madness.
Really great talent pool out there at the moment, and any band you go and see in any local small venue is going to blow you away. So just big up the scene, really.
Well, so we're stoked to finally see like Ruiner and Tyrants, because like we're all friends. We've not had the opportunity to see them, so like even them coming down, and Born in Dissonance we played with already a couple of times. They've smashed it every time, so we're spoiled. And that's the word I'd use. Actually, we're actually spoiled. The Southwest is really.
I'd absolutely agree with you there. It does seem to be that there's a real pool of talent at the moment, and that goes for the heavier side and sort of the softer side of music as well. We played with a bunch of acoustic guitarists over the weekend. So the weekend's winner, Lee Russell Dove, I actually went to college with and haven't seen him perform in 5-10 years. And he came out and just absolutely blew the crowd away, blew us all away. The guy's voice is insane, and he's just a guy with an acoustic guitar. And then there was a load of them. There was a girl called Kez. She was absolutely fantastic. There's also a few bands we've played recently, like Hightown Parade, that have kind of sort of reclaimed the scene in a way, because they took a few years out, and then they just suddenly stormed back in with a headline show that just was at a full room down at a brand new venue. That was absolutely awesome. Dralian, obviously, on the scene. They're working on really good material at the moment.
Yeah.
Especially
good.
Dralian.
But all across the scene as well. I'd say just
on my keyboard. Fuck off. They are great. As much as I want to take the piss, they've been nothing but down to us. And James and his lovely partner Emma, they travelled down to see us in Yeovil. We really appreciate it. So they've just all championing one another. It's really nice to see, and like we're just lucky, like good. It's just really healthy. There's like no ego about it either, as well. It's just that band's sick. Tell everyone about it. Tell them to come up, and it's sort of rolling onto itself. So I don't know how we've managed to slide in, but it's good. We're happy where we're at.
Yeah, smashing stuff. And just to catch up on a few comments, Paul Bedford Morgan has come in, the Thor.
Oh, the bassist.
That's right. He's come in and he said currently working. And he's here in spirit watching. His favourite song to play, for him at least, and watch the audience go crazy to, is Rapture.
I wonder why that is, Paul. Is it because you start the song?
He's also come in and said, I believe this is in response to favourite bands or local bands, he said for him it's Born in Dissonance, great music and amazing people to play alongside.
Shag 'em then.
Fantastic. We've got a few appreciation of Deftones coming in, and then Thomas Peppard's coming in and said that Tyrants gig is going to be massive.
he said it all. It's gonna kick off. I think Tyrants, they've had a really massive, like Josh has done a lot for the scene, and he's also put on really good gigs that people remember fondly. And
Yeah.
that's why him and Chris got together. We both just share that mutual passion of let's give this town back what it gave us, and why we're all doing bands now. And yeah, I think people are really stoked that Tyrants are coming down. And then we've also got, just Ruiner, finally get to see them. Their new single is an absolute banger. On Spotify. I know No Thursday War as well, they've been recording. Like, it's just a really fucking active hive. It's hard to keep up with what everyone's doing, but it's exciting to be around. And yeah, Peppard's right. And hopefully, I don't know, if we ever do a tour, I think we're just going to get Peppard to open every night.
Yeah, he's a real standout performance to us. We've not seen him fully live yet, but the clips we've seen have been absolutely fantastic. It's a whole other kettle of fish.
It's an experience,
right? And I want in on that. I want to see more of that. So
it's not.
We're coming for you.
It's not to blow his trumpet too hard, but I think to put yourself out there in any creative sense as it is hard, but to deliberately try being funny.
Yeah.
And the fact he's not actually been doing it that long, so we've only seen him a couple of times, but it feels like as loose as it is and as chaotic as it can be, that set comes off like you've been watching him doing it for years, and it's really, I do give him a lot of props because I couldn't do for a sec. I've got the sort of backing of a bit of distortion in my voice and stuff, and if I like sort of, I've got my boys behind me, making everything sound tight and awesome. Whereas him on his own doing it, I haven't got the bollocks. And like my friend Ben Reed recently, I saw him in Cobblestones, and I was just like amazed. I was like, I do actually respect a lot of acoustic acts. I don't know how you can just put yourself so on display in front of everyone with like nothing behind you. And for all the plaudits about how bloody funny he is, I just have to give him a bit of credit. Like, fair fucking dues for having the balls to do it and absolutely smashing it. You massive prick.
And he's responding to this as we speak. He says, well, these compliments to me, I'm going to have to play with myself tonight.
Made his day.
He's going to blow his own trumpet.
Yeah.
No, if he could do that, he would have been the
Fantastic. So, Callum, did you have any questions lined up, mate?
Yeah, do you want one of the serious ones or just a funny one?
No, let's have a serious one, please. See if we can do
it. Okay, we'll do a nice serious one. It's mainly aimed at Chris. Is there any like dream guitar or like pedals or like things like that you've ever wanted? Mainly guitar.
I've never really been too much of a tech guy or anything, so pedals is like I'm pretty basic. I'm a basic bitch.
Yeah.
Distortion, maybe a tuner.
Yeah.
Sorted. I don't know, actually. I think my favourite is the Gibson Black Beauty. Just as classic. It's awesome. I'm pretty boring.
Or you guys should both check out Red Beard Effects.
Yeah.
It's Skindred's bass player. He's got his own pedal line he's been working on. I've seen a lot of that coming in. But Red Beard Effects. Check it out.
Have to check it out, yeah. Like I said, it's a weird thing because I do enjoy effects, but I'm far too lazy and I'm so disorganised. And yeah, I have hard enough time charging my wireless system and remembering the full gigs. So more batteries to replace them, yeah.
It was, it took me like 2 years, 3 years to even get a bass pedal. Pedal board. I didn't even have a pedal board for ages, and I had like 5 pedals, and I was still just
like having all of them loose.
Every single just having them loose, and they're just flying around. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought one of the Boss pedal boards off the bassist because he had one. I put my little lonely tuner in there, and was like, yeah, that's a bit silly, isn't it?
You feel it now,
with the intention of buying more pedals, but I just never did. It's just this lonely tuner in a box. Yeah.
Sometimes all you need.
So, yeah. For me, it's not really been a tech guy. I mean, in Skinny Dog, I was the vocalist, so I was loving it. I didn't have to cart anything. It was brilliant. It's a shock. It's a culture shock having to carry an amp around. So
For real.
Mm.
Well,
I
we've
like-
got you actually. We didn't get. We asked. We obviously asked Alex, but we didn't get through to your answer on what actually got you into playing guitar.
So my mum started. So she was, I think she bought I think she thought it was an amp, but it was actually a PA system. You know, you make that mistake every now and again, I guess. And she had this I think it was like an Encore Stratocaster that you plug into it, and I just thought one day I'll pick it up and thought, I'll try that. I just stuck with it then. I've probably had
smoke on the water.
Do you know what? I never learned the proper classics like Smoke on Water or Stairway to Heaven or anything. It was just, I don't know. But I think Nirvana was probably my first big influence, to be honest. So, because it's fun.
If you're just picking up the guitar for the first time, I feel like Nirvana's a really good place to start.
Yeah.
You can take out all your energy on that.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I didn't have lessons or anything until I went to college to do music, and then they tried to give me lessons, but I was far too set in my ways by that point. So,
You got anything weird about the way you play?
lazy.
He plays with his feet.
Yeah. No,
That's
for
an
me,
irritating
I mean,
one.
it's a funny one because the way we play in Grove Warden is strange because we're not really rhythm or lead or anything. We're just sort of, if Ben writes something, I'll compliment what he's playing. And half the time I'm playing lead 1 minute and he's playing rhythm, and then we'll swap halfway through the song for not a lot of reason. But no, I think probably just lazy. The easier the better.
Setup that you don't have a clear cut rhythm and lead.
It changes from song to song. It's so for example, one song I wrote, so I do a lot of the lead. No, I do the rhythm, and then Ben will slap some lead over the top of it, and then he's wrote a song, so he'll do more the rhythm, and I'll try some lead over it. So yeah.
Well, that's really cool. That's I've not heard that done too often. There's normally one with an ego and one without. You see, and
yeah, he's definitely the better player. But I think Ben's more of the tech guy. I'm forever going to be Nirvana.
I think lazy. Sorry to just jump in, but I think lazy is a bit harsh.
Yeah,
I prefer the term economic.
Yeah, that's a better one.
Value for money.
Yeah, that's great.
For me, if I can just play simple and jump around on stage, just pretty much, I'd prefer to do that.
So that's something it took us a bit of time. He's not here at the moment, but our guitar player Stevie, he liked to kind of quite often overcomplicate parts, but it wouldn't give him much room to perform. So luckily, he's come into a place where he does a bit of both, and there's sections where this guy just launches around the stage now, which we want that. Show's not a show without a bit of craziness going on.
I think that's important. Actually, is I mean, I appreciate the really techie stuff, but it's not always fun to watch. Especially I mean, I'm very surface level into it. I like it, but I'd get bored very quickly just watching it. And
that does seem to be kind of music written for other musicians a lot of the time as well.
Yeah, I think that's where we've So I was just going to say, I think what we've lent into is writing more towards what are people going to enjoy watching as much as listening to, or where are they going to latch on? Where's the big riff here? Where do we throw in a catchy chorus? And right, where do we knuckle down with the beat down that's just going to set people off? I think that's why I say economic. I think it's not that we do anything lazily, and it's not that we don't put our all into it, but I think we've got to a point where we just hone in on right, where can what's the point of having wireless guitars if we can't go nuts with them? Yeah. And I think as soon as we got them, we were right, let's really hone in on being able just to really put on a show, but at the same time think, well, no, it's still got to serve the song. So
it's sadly ironic that the only person who's not wireless is Alex, and he needs to be, because there's quite often I've lost him. I don't know since him.
If there's anyone from Shure Microphones watching, or anyone that's got a hookup,
who's your guy?
Wireless, please.
Wireless mics are the way forward, man. It's the way.
Oh, we know it. It's never intentional. My problem is I tell myself at the start of every show, like, no, there's a lovely stage there. I'll use it. 30 seconds in, I'm on a chair, or I've just ran into Chris. I don't know what happens every time. So it's got to the point, it's not a want, it is at this point necessity. But then I just think, well, if it's wireless, I'm just going to push it. Like, how far from the venue can I get until I cut out? Like, can I start screaming
Quite far, by the way.
across the road?
The problem with the wireless mics is you'll lose it a lot of the time as well. I lose my wireless mic at rehearsal all the time. I'll want to show Aaron something on the drums. I'll put the fucking mic down somewhere in the room, and then it's gone for 5 minutes. It's gone. I don't know where it goes.
We have to shout.
The bass drum.
Yeah, everyone shouts until it gets louder in your own ears.
That's
use echolocation, you know.
It is.
In-ears are a worthwhile investment.
Yeah, we need to invest in those.
Yeah, definitely. Just got to protect those ears, especially with that heavier stuff, man. You got to keep them good.
I'm definitely ready. I'm too far gone.
Oh no!
Which is impressive because you do still write like absolute chunky riffs, but then you turn around and like, oh, does it sound like I can barely hear it? But you've just shook the whole room with it.
That's why I stay on the low string.
It is.
I need to change notes. Hit that one.
We've had some more comments come in. So we've had Gogo coming in and saying, "Getting my mosh armor ready for Friday. You will be expected to crowd surf."
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we gonna
It's sort of why I've sort of honed in on losing weight, because it is a bit of a bastard move, because I'm a chunky boy, but it is a lot of fun crowd surfing, and it just seems to happen every time now.
Oh, that's good fun.
I don't know what it means by mosh armor though.
Armor.
Probably because he's been floored a few times.
Oh, I did floor him once. Yeah, the problem is, he's a good bloke, my dad, and he's really supportive. But we did a gig a while ago, and it wasn't even during me playing. I say me, sorry, but like during our slot. But it wasn't even during my theatrics and like just having a laugh. We were moshing to another band, and I think was it I spin kicked him by accident?
I don't know.
I'm not really sure what happened. He was vertical and then he was horizontal in about a split second.
We've had another comment in from Jade Louise Elliott saying, "Mine and Ben's house is full of guitars and gear," and a response to that saying from Karen Mortimer, "My attic is full of his old ones." Don't know what's going on there. Good on you guys.
Yeah, but when someone went to the Taunton and gear, it could be literally anything. So I think he's peddling drugs on your live stream, to be honest.
yeah, getting some offers on. The Peppard has come in and said, "I would say for everyone interested in Grove Warden, go out and see them live, as it will make you an instant fan. One of the most intense / fun bands going. The part where they all go into the audience is bloody awesome every time."
Oh, cheers, man. To be fair, yeah, one of our favourite songs, there is a bit at the end of Entombed where it's just belligerent. It was literally written for it's just open notes and me shouting my head off. But it was like, as soon as we got the wireless, it was like, yeah, let's really make the most of it. And no, it's really cheers, man. I really appreciate that, Tom. That's nice. I'm not used to nice stuff, so when I hear it, I'm like, ooh.
How do I react to this?
What does it mean?
What does he want?
Numbers, mate. Aaron Boyer said, "Witnessed Go-Go scorpioned it."
Yeah, that was the time. Literal scorpion, like grazes across the face and all sorts.
Ooh. Sounds like savagery.
Right.
So I just want to ask you guys about your upcoming single a little bit. So what's the name of it, first of all? Have you disclosed?
Yeah,
we disclosed it a few times and it just never came to fruition. It's called Bit of Blood. It was Yeah, I mean, I don't want to give too much away, but we've already got a fair few songs tracked, ready to be sent off, mixed and mastered. But with this song, I know every band says it every time, and I'll do the cliche, but it's the mixture of the heaviest stuff we do, mixed with the most melodic and with the most hooks. And we're like, you know what? That's, I think, probably the best like introduction we can give to what Grove Warden is, because it's still very intense. We wanted to be able to replicate what we do live on record as much as possible. Which is again, which is why I'm really happy with Joe's mix, because he's not over polished anything on it. He's just made it massive. And yeah, that'll be coming out September the 2nd with pre-sale. I say pre-sale, it's not pre-sale. Get it for free. We're not worth shit yet. No, but it'll be pre-save will be released end of this week, so you can go on that link and it'll put you straight to our Spotify and any other streaming service. So September the 2nd be the first thing that drops in there, something nice to get your day kicked off right. And yeah, and then
And
taking a long time to get the first. Sorry, man.
You guys are playing on the 4th as well, aren't you, at the Rock Against Cancer show? Is that?
Yeah, again, massive thanks to Max and Charlie for that one. I don't know if Chris wants to talk more about it.
I don't know anything about it. This generally how the plan works.
Yeah,
just turn up and play, man.
I do support work, so I tend to work like 24 shifts and stay at work quite a lot. And then I'll come back to the group chat and be like, "Oh, we got gigs, cool."
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. Well, it'll be really good. Hopefully, people will get to hear you guys recorded down permanently, forever. That's it. You got a record out at that point. That never goes away. That's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, not shitting ourselves enough as it is, mate. But cheers.
just remind you. When it's out on the internet, it's always out there. Never forget, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know. I deleted my MySpace at a really good time, so.
Oh, that's absolutely awesome, though. So congratulations on that. Is your debut single, just to confirm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, debut single, and we've got videos in the works, and yeah, the second single will not take half as long as the first did, and yeah, a lot of good stuff's come. Really, really, like I'm biting my lip a lot because we have got a couple really sick things coming up soon, and yeah, plug for the merch as well. That's being our little baby today, trying to get our head around Big Cartel, but that'll be all going up tomorrow. So cop that if you like the look of it. Yeah, help us eat and all that. Give you a little bit of a guilt trip. Help us feed our kids. And with the energy crisis, if you get sick of it by November, just set it on fire and you don't need to use the heating for a day. So, win-win.
Well, honestly, massive congratulations on getting that single underway. Really can't wait to hear it. And make sure everyone watching.
A time frame for the people watching, or
2nd September for the single. Yeah.
Free link is on Friday, the 26th. And that'll be announced on our Facebook and Instagram and all that good stuff. And then, we'll be promoting it throughout the week leading up to it with a few little bits here and there. And then, midnight of September the 2nd. So if you're up that late, it'll be up there ready for you.
Everyone, make sure you check that out. Get prepped for Rock Against. Yes. In some countries, man.
Yeah.
Everyone be prepped for Rock Against Cancer on the 3rd and 4th of September. Make sure you get plenty of listens in on Grove Warden's new single on the 2nd of September. Please do check them out. We've just had a few more comments we'll end on if you guys are happy to. Thomas has come in, the Mr. P, Peppard himself, has said, is there going to be any merch soon? So I think you've pretty well covered that. He says he needs a Grove Warden t-shirt or shirt. So as soon as that's out, expect an order from Mr. Peppard.
We're holding into that.
Was it Tom who had the our unofficial merch at the last railway?
No, we don't talk about that. Let's go back to the serious questions. Come on.
Uther Sayer says, what's the name of the last song you guys do with that fat breakdown?
That is named after probably my favourite. it wasn't intentional, but it's entombed, and absolutely love the band as well. When it's like sort of our filthiest, closest we get to maybe a death metal bit, and it just seemed right. So the lyrics incorporate the word entombed, and then I was just like, yeah, just a shout out to that band. I fucking love them. So dual purpose, but yeah, entombed is that one, and I think we've agreed, like whatever we write, I think for a long time that is probably going to be our set ender because that is naughty.
Nice. Well, again, be prepared for that on the 4th of September, ladies and gentlemen. Woke Beardy says, big up Grove Warden, looking forward. Oh, was that sorry?
So I was being so pedantic. I was like, I think you'll find, Simon, the single was the second. Oh, no, you were right. We'll be playing that on the 4th. Chris, go ahead, mate.
Who's this guy?
I've got the perfect remedy. Hold on. That's the bottom line.
Wikipedia has written in and said, big up Grove Warden, looking forward to hearing those recordings. Absolutely. I think we all are. There's big hype around this, boys. Jade has come in and said, merch, hearts.
Matt, to be fair, massive shout to Jade. She's manager now, and she's got her shit together, like boom. So big up to Jade, and nice little sort of Grove Warden family we've got. But yeah, Jade's she's killing it, and got us just getting our act together. And we don't have a fucking clue how to use TikTok, but she's killing it on there as well. So loving her work.
Yeah, we're in that boat. I think Callum's going to be he's going to be our TikTok guy.
I got us banned.
It's a mistake. A lot of people write off and tell them it's for kids and stuff, but it's. I think it'd be silly at this point not to utilize it. Like you see how much is blowing up in every genre. As much as you might want to be, I'm not sure about it. Like as soon as at first I was like, "Fuck this," I don't understand it. But no, we're seeing it's a really useful thing to have, and just don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I have very high hopes that someone's going to ban it. I really hope it gets banned.
Well, probably they all die off, don't they? Because Vine died off eventually.
Yeah.
So
TikTok is Vine evolved, isn't it?
Well, that's what I mean. And then it'll die off, and there'll be the next thing.
No matter what happens with social media, Meta will absorb it anyway. So I get on those Instagram reels, get on those Instagram stories, because that if TikTok even shows the slightest bit of weakness, Instagram's going to crush it.
I mean, again, bigging up Jay, but we're kind of inescapable on the socials. At first, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but it's just a way of modern music and getting yourself out there. So we're like really open to try everything. I think Chris is even on OnlyFans selling his toes, but he's started playing Bit of Blood in the background. So we're open to everything.
Get your Grove Warden toes t-shirts here.
Toes Warden.
Warden, there we go.
Toes Warden. Oh god. Uther has commented "fat stank," I believe, in relation to his previous question. Jade says she tries her best, and big shout out to Jade. Sounds like you're absolutely nailing it. So keep it up. And she's also just posted OnlyBands. That's a good one.
At this point, we could probably get a seductive Somerset metal calendar going.
Ooh.
A bit like calendar girls, but instead it's calendar gigs. That could work.
You could do a calendar of metal bands in fields in Somerset.
We would never take a photo in a field in Somerset. Who the fuck would do something like that?
I don't think metal bands have ever done that.
Nothing.
Never
nothing in the warehouse.
Warehouses, abandoned houses, field houses. We got all the houses. That's what we got. But do sign up to OnlyBands. Sign up to Grove Warden on OnlyBands if you get the chance. Jay said she is taking commission. And Thomas said Jade's Grove Warden memes are amazing. So bit of a segment there for Jade.
I will say we did get a lot of sort of traction and traffic with the memes and stuff. I know we've got a bit more serious with the music coming out, but I do think it was important at the start that as serious as the music is, like, we just want people to feel they can sort of have fun. It's all inclusive and it's not too serious. Like the music we put out and our art, I suppose you'd call it if you're being serious. Like that's, we do. It's a craft that we're doing, but everything around it, we did sort of think, how can we engage people? And yeah, some of the memes that are being churned out, I think it was one every day for a couple of weeks.
Nice, good going. And honestly, never lose that personality as well, because you don't want to be some corporate machine. I think from what I've seen in the chat tonight, a lot of people really enjoy your guys' personality coming out here and on stage. So never lose that. The music can be serious, but your guys' personality seems like a real big part of what you do. And it's real
just
fun.
saying something. Just a side note as well. I know I never shut the fuck up, but Ufa is the drummer in Unbarrier as well. Just so if you haven't checked them out, it's definitely worth doing. They just released a 2-track, and we're playing with them in Weymouth with that. This is mental. With This Is Endless and Thumb. I think it's Thumb.
No, Thumb's the meme.
Yeah.
It's Foom. Thumb's the meme, but it's Foom because from Skyrim.
I was going to say Skyrim.
Yeah, it's the shouts.
I'm so glad you said Thumb.
Yeah, Thumb is the meme though. That is.
Yeah.
It's what we all say.
At this point, I have just become a meme. I'm just a walking meme. But yeah,
he's in on it, whether he knows it or not.
Do you know what? So Thum, have a chat with their singer if you get a chance. Bear, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
He's just opened a brand new venue down in Bournemouth. And,
that's where we played.
I think you guys would really suit playing there. So have a chat with him.
So we definitely
he's a really nice guy. That whole band are fantastic. Yeah. Well, if you guys are happy to, I think we've just reached about an hour and a half. So
I've got one question. It's absolutely vital this question gets answered. So in America, right, there was the Travis Scott burger, right, which was basically the Travis Scott meal, which was basically just a quarter pounder with lettuce and a Sprite. What would the Grove Warden meal be?
Nice.
Looking at myself, I have to be a fucking buffet, I think.
With Monster Energy.
Yeah.
Oh no, fuck it! I've already nailed this. You know Zaza Bazaar in Bristol?
No.
Oh, it's around the world world buffet. It'd be quite egocentric, but I could call mine Scar Bazaar and just cover everything.
I like that. That's an answer without really being an answer. It's brilliant.
Everything.
It's fantastic. No,
how do we incorporate it? You know what? It'd be full of beef. Beef, more beef.
Blokes not beef.
And we're all inclusive. So if it's the vegan and the veggie crowd, it's beyond meat. You can get involved as well.
Paul said defo have a side of wings in that meal with a little.
Yes, we will.
Wings in the burger. Could you imagine that?
Oh,
you will chew through the bones.
So you can get boneless wings.
Having bad experiences with bones in my mouth, it's just dangerous. You'd need sliders. You'd but it's a different thing because right now you'll have me on for another hour if we start talking about chicken wings.
Well, Gogo has come in with another comment. He said, excited for the journey that your talents are taking you on. My joie de vivre, I don't know how to say that. That was a guess.
Neither does he.
Is never stronger than when I am enjoying your efforts on stage. Thanks for being such wonderful human beings. The passion shown here, success will surely be in your sights very soon. You all deserve it. Yoda Gogo has decreed it. Nice.
Yoda Gogo.
Nice. Jade's come in with an incredibly imaginative suggestion for, I guess, what would be the Jade meal, and that is Five Guys. I don't know if there's some kind of joke in there I shouldn't make.
Is there 5 of you in the band?
Oh no, that's no.
Yeah, like the Piper Perry meme.
I'm literally just stood up. I'm looking at the
I don't know what that is. I've just heard it. I've just heard about it.
Oh God.
This fucking band.
Eli Hancock has said Grove Warden! Exclamation mark! I'm not going to read them all. Kate Harding has said shout out to the Grove Wives.
Big shout. Big shout. Big up Kirsty, Amber. Just what's my one called? My one. My only one forever, Kirsty. Yeah, no, she is a fucking legend. She very, very they're all really understanding what we're doing and really support our passion. So yeah. It'd be remiss not to shout it out. So sorry I had it already, Kate. I'm sure we'll be seeing your fist flying at Chris anytime soon.
Yeah,
literally, the eyeball I just got was brilliant.
So we've had a request from Woke Beardy. We'll make this our last comment this evening. Can you close with Alex giving us a bit of You Ought to Know?
No.
There you go, Woke Beardy.
That's all, folks.
Do it.
Do it.
I don't want to put a guy in that position.
If you'll chant.
Do the roar.
If you want that, you got to go and see Grove Warden.
Ooh.
That's how it rolls.
Ooh.
Well,
this is September. See it.
Well, August 26th, then September the 4th, Yeovil on this Friday at the Conservative Club, and then we've got basically like just all of Rock Against Cancer looks absolutely insane. If you can get there for both days, get down early, see absolutely everyone. It's a bargain, and yeah, just enjoy yourself because it's a hell of it.
Absolutely.
He's getting quieter and quieter as he talks.
And then also the guys in Sunfall as well that we're playing with on Sunday. Just heavy as all fuck, but they're such nice guys and they're going to kill it. As does everyone, both the Saturday and the Sunday. And yeah, loads of sick bands in Somerset. Go check them out because they're always playing and always fucking good.
Absolutely. And everyone who can make it down, please do head on down to Street on the 3rd and 4th of September. We'll be there on the 3rd. Grove Warden will be there on the 4th. There's a bunch of other amazing bands playing. There's just so many good artists that weekend.
Yeah, are we going back on the 4th?
For a great cause.
Do we get tickets for the 4th as well?
I think we keep tickets. We have ticket entry. So
nice.
If you're planning on staying over, that's you're in, I believe. I'll double check that for the artist playing. Unfortunately, I will be traveling to Italy.
Make it happen.
Oh yeah, you're going to Italy, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm headed to Italy, but I'll see.
Aaron, are we staying for? Are we going both days?
Could be done.
Yeah, I think we
Simon,
should.
you sanctimonious prick! You've made me fucking waste my Tuesday evening. You won't even fucking have the decency to stay in England and watch us.
I'll FaceTime him.
I'm not coming on the 26th.
I'll FaceTime Simon, and then he can see.
Please, from my plane.
Fucking regional one, more like regional no fun.
Absolutely fantastic. Well, thank you so much, guys.
No worries.
Knock some bottles over.
Cheers for coming on. Really appreciate you.
It's been fun.
It's been good.
With us. It's been a real good
fun. Thanks a lot for having us. Cheers.
Cheers for
coming.
coming.
Before you go, where can people find you? Where's best for people to check you out? Plug away. Everything you got.
All at once.
Facebook.
Birthdays, bar mitzvahs, parties, funerals. Nah, everything at the moment is Grove Warden Official. So if you want to find us on TikTok, we're there. You want to find us on Facebook, we're there. Instagram, and yeah, from next week, every streaming platform and YouTube will soon be having a lot of behind the scenes stuff and our first official videos. So kept it simple for everyone, Grove Warden Official. And yeah, hopefully we'll see a few people come over and see what we're up to.
Fantastic. And everybody watching, please do check them out if you haven't already. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching. Next week, we will have on Max and Charlie, I believe it is, from Rock Against Cancer. So please do come along, have a watch, keep an eye out for that event. Really looking forward to chatting to these guys about this incredible event that they'll be putting on for such an amazing cause. So please do tune in.
As well. Yeah. You'll love them.
Awesome. Can't wait for that. Thank you very much for watching, and we will, we'll see you next week.
Next week, same space.
Hold on, can I just do one more?
Yeah, go on.
Go on.
And that's the bottom line, because Regional One said so.
Yeah.
There you go. Right. I'm gonna
You
end it.
got it.